for an amazing session. Vigneshwaran, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Ram. Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome to today's event. I am Vignesh, co-chair of Entrepreneurship Vertical of YI Madurai. And I'm extremely glad to have all of you here for the session, Expand Your Business Horizon in Sri Lanka. I request YI Madurai Chair Ram to give the welcome address.
So thank you, Vignesh, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so proud to welcome you all, especially the speakers, Lanka Tilaka, from founder and CEO of CMAX Group, and Vinayaga Murugesan, country representative, State Ministry of Investment and Promotion from Sri Lanka. So we are so glad that you have here. You have traveled all the way to explain about the opportunities, the investment opportunities, the gateway, the facilities that government going to provide us. Guys, this is not a program to develop the trade between India and Sri Lanka. It is the platform. They are going to make a platform. They are going to facilitate you to invest into Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is, in the distance wise, Sri Lanka is Chennai vida namalukku pakkom. Why can't we or weekend destination irukka kudadu? So when we are expanding our business, we talk about naanga vandu Chennai la branch podrom. We are extending our branch to Bangalore. We are moving to Bombay nama pesrom. Why not Sri Lanka? It's very closer to us. So adukkaga than they have traveled all the way from Sri Lanka. So in the year 2017, we met President of Sri Lanka. So how facilitating they are, how easy to approach. Have you anyone met President of India? No, but we met President of Sri Lanka. So andalavuku easy approach vandu Sri Lanka la they will facilitate. Namma YI Madurai la irundhu 2017 la we met Maitri Bala Sivasena in the year 2017. Myself and Ram were part of it. So andalavuku they are welcoming the investments. So nama business, next business vandu Chennai la irukka poda, Mumbai la irukka poda, illa Delhi la irukka poda nirukkalam. Why not Sri Lanka? So other namalukku facilitate panni kudukku they have traveled all the way. So I like also welcome Chella. So avarna idukku seed. Last year we met Sri Lankan External Affairs Minister in their office. So Sri Lankan External Office External Minister vandu Chella oda office ku vandanga. We had a discussion. Now our Pradhamar Modi ji is traveling to Sri Lanka. So the bilateral trade between is going to develop. So thank you so much for coming here, and floor is yours.
Sri Lanka, also known as the Pearl of Indian Ocean, is famous for its scenic natural beauty, diverse wildlife, tea plantations, rich history, culture and vibrant beaches, and of course for international cricket superstars. With Sri Lanka's strategic location and connectivity, fast developing infrastructure, high literacy rates, free trade agreements, vibrant business environment, there is no better time than now to expand your business horizon in Sri Lanka. We have two distinguished guests, Ms. Anna Lanka Tilaka and Mr. Vinayaga Murugesan, today with us here to share their valuable insights about the investment opportunities, support system, and business collaboration to invest and succeed in Sri Lanka. Ms. Anna Lanka Tilaka is the founder and CEO of CMAX Group, is a visionary entrepreneur and a strategic leader with a proven track record of success in travel, tourism, and global trading industries. With an innovative business model, she is spearheading her group's expansion in travel and tourism business into global markets and also diversifying into global trading and sustainable ventures. Her expertise lies in identifying emerging business opportunities, fostering global partnerships, and implementing sustainable practice to drive long-term profitability. She is continuous learner with various degrees from India and Malaysia. Welcome, ma'am. Mr. Vinayaga Murugesan is born in Tirunelveli and after his studies joined the Indian Navy and was subsequently appointed as the radio officer in Indian Coast Service before starting his palm jaggery business. He also held corporate positions in various companies as business development and VP of South India to drive business growth, volume and market share. He is also the founder of DigiRiver.in, an e-commerce wholesale startup for emerging brands and distributors. He also founded Vinayagam Associates for government licensing and management consulting. Vedanta, Adani and Amalgamations Group are some of his corporate clients. He is also highly involved in a lot of philanthropic activities. Welcome, sir. The floor is open for you.
Ellarku Malai Vanakkam. Good evening to all. I am very convenient. We are all convenient in Tamil, but our honorable guest is not a convenient in Tamil, so I wish to speak in English. My English not well, please forgive me. Right? Okay. That I have been appointed as a country representative for investment promotion. Who saw the investors from India, I have to facilitate to find the identified key sectors in Sri Lanka. I like to say about the few words. It's a right climate is business climate in Sri Lanka for investment. Why? Why we should invest in Sri Lanka? The first thing is that the cultural valued human resources, right? That one. And number two, Sri Lanka has a FTA, free trade agreement with many countries like EU, European Union, and Emirates, you can say Middle East countries, Japan, and other countries. So the key point is, when we start our manufacturing unit or any trade from India to any country, it is cheaper in Sri Lanka if you do it from Sri Lanka. If you start it from the Sri Lanka, because it's a free trade agreement with many countries. It's upcoming, I mean to say that it's upcoming economical growth country. So the country has many facilities, many privileges to start. For example, the garments, textile, you can say the textile, and pharmaceutical, and other spices, especially the information and communication sector, and many sectors like logistics. And it is a right time we can enter, and also they are growing. One more word I mean to say, when I entered in Sri Lanka the first time, 2021, that time the currency value is equal 4.56 equal to Indian 1 rupee, right? Now they're, I think they're competing with the US dollar. Now they're grown up and like anything 2.56, the currency value now. So 2 rupees, growing the 2 rupees within the 3 years is not an easy way. I think so, according to all your businessmen, you know very well that the growing of currency value in 3 rupees, it's very, and I mean the other way, I met so many peoples. I went to Colombo and I went north to south, Jaffna, where the Tamils are more living in Jaffna area, and Colombo. I met minister, except to Prime Minister, I met all the ministers and even the normal tea shop and everything, everywhere. I found the people and the way they behave, the way they keep their city clean. That also the point, because see the cultural, see if you are making the machines within a 6 month or 1 year time, we can manufacture any machines, but it is 18 years to make a complete man. I hope you all understand, right? The human resource is very important. I hope all you may very well about the human resources value, right? 18 years to make the complete man. But the Sri Lanka now, cheaper skilled laborers. That's number one. Number two, the cost of production in any segment, in a textile or pharmaceutical, any segment, the cost of production will be low because we are getting the skilled labor in the low salary. That's one, the key point I am keen to say. And the second point, whenever I met the people in Chennai and other cities in India, the main question they ask, there is a political stability. The first question they are asking, political stability. When our external affairs minister, Daraga Balasurya sir, when visited with our Challa sir office, no, that time the key question has asked to him. Now there is no such a clash between any political parties or anyone. I like to say one thing, when the protect against the ex-president or ex-prime minister, no, that time they entered in the presidential house, but they never break anything. That indicates a discipline. They protect, not breaking the thing or any belongings or lights or anything. Why I am saying this, now the political climate also nice. The political stability. Second thing they are asking, the economic stability. Because the country has debt against any countries and other thing. Why I am saying this, these are the key points they are asking to me. Because, see, now the man like me, the representative of country, representative of the Sri Lanka, we keen to say everything, but the media export something else. Especially, I don't know the Tamil medias, but the North Indian medias, they are exposing something else. But I am telling you, the country is not in the debt. Now they planned very well. They established many plans. They're giving they're inviting the international investors to provide some incentives through BOI, Board of Investment. The single window method, what we can say, the single window means the one table you can get all the approvals. Yes, correct, that approvals, right? So likewise, the business climate and the political stability, economic stability, and moreover, whenever the international investors enter to any country, they will first seek the investment safety of the investment, because they want to know what the judicial system they have and the infrastructure they have, right? Judicial system means they want to save the investment, the first thing. Growing the business or getting the profit is different, but the first safety of the investment is main thing. But the government has given the special, you can say the special policies for the international investors. So when they entered, they'll be very safe. And second thing, the capital market is growing, Colombo stock market, where we can develop our capitals, as well as they allow the businessman to develop their capital in the capital market, like stock exchange, Colombo Stock Exchange. I will give you the special video about the Colombo Stock Exchange, where they get the key points, why we want to invest in the Colombo Stock Exchange. That's the main thing. When the businessmen enter, they want to grow the capital market also, right? Like the BOI, ma'am has many contacts, ma'am will say the segment and project wise, right? That BOI, Board of Investment, they are ready to provide the government segments as well as the special incentives for the international investors. So whenever we enter, we will get all the approvals in the one point, that is Board of Investment, BOI. BOI is as an individual body. They are very the people are very nice to cooperate. And especially our ma'am, I used to say one thing, ma'am has done the business and work 36 countries. Is an international exposure. So we got such a potential international entrepreneur. So this is knowledge and everything is up to the level of higher management in civil aviation, right? So many things. The ma'am will say about her professional and other projects, proposals, everything to you, right? So likewise, sir, my intention is to bring, like our sir said, no, it is less distance than the Chennai. It is not only the neighborhood country, it's our brotherhood country. And the 40 years, they've done the civil war with the local communities. That's all, they come out from the civil war, and now second was the bomb blast, and third COVID. Now, why I'm mentioning this, over all this, they come out and they are going to reach the destination, real destination of what they country decide, right? In the end of 2025 with all our supports. I expect. My special thanks to Challa sir, as many times I met him and I exposed the things, and it's the right time we are entering and we get together. And any points wish to ask, you can ask after our ma'am's presentation, right? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hi, good evening everyone, and it's a great pleasure to be here and among you all, because first of all I would like to thank Mr. Vinayagam, and secondly Mr. Nallamani, because today he's the only person who has arranged this quickly because we were not having any pre-plan to meet you all actually, so then he has proposed that we could meet Young Indian Forum, so it's a great pleasure to be here today. And actually, I was prepared myself to explain many things about Sri Lanka investment and things like that. But far as I feel that one thing Mr. Vinayagam has pointed out many points, and then again, most of you all aware, like, you know, sometimes more than we know about Sri Lanka, like it's a neighboring country like Madurai, like, so seems like you all are aware much things about us. So first of all, I have to tell you that actually the invest in Sri Lanka is a part, and then the image about Sri Lanka. So the image about Sri Lanka among neighboring countries somewhat different. So unfortunately it had happened, and now we are moving forward with a new vision, and along with the new government, because new government, some of you may know that they are really new to the politics as well as the parliament. So previously they were not having majority of the seats in the parliament, but now only they got the majority, and even the president and 3 of the ministers were in the parliament. Other than that, rest of the board of whole board is new. So then they are looking for new ventures, and just because they have the experience what they had previously, so now they are very keen to bring into new ventures and towards country development actually. So what we are here, and myself and Mr. Vinayagam has decided, because we have been traveling all part of the world along with Maldives and even Middle East countries, as well as India also, many areas like Chennai, Bombay, Delhi, Kolkata and all that. So we used to introduce many ventures towards some of the investors, and many of them are processing at the moment. Only thing, though we are very near to Sri Lanka, we had no clue about Madurai and such a peaceful city. That's what I have been telling. It's really peaceful compared to other areas, especially the vehicle horns. Something is really irritating me. So this is very much less, I don't know. So this is some plus, I mean, some reason for me to be happy and extend my visit here, because I came here for 3-4 days, and then again with the invite of Mr. Vinayagam, I thought of extending with a few more days. So then I'm explaining many things. If I can, if you all can ask whatever the issues or the clues that you may have in your mind, right? So it would be easier then, because I can tell that same thing maybe Mr. Vinayagam has been explaining. So with the time, like, we better, what are the points that you may want to know. Then again, actually, again I'll have to tell you, because we have a company called Green and Grow International Trading Private Limited. So myself, Mr. Vinayagam and Mr. Nalamani are the directors, and Mr. Nalamani holding a major position of that. And this platform we have recently created just to cater to the Indian investors in Sri Lanka. So along with that, we are planning to do many sectors, like, you know, tourism and trading and logistic and many sectors. So we are trying to create a platform kind of. So we are well occupied with all the sectors, like legal aspects, and even many projects we are having a line at the moment also. So along with that, we are planning to give a total solution for the foreign investors throughout Green and Grow company. So this is what our main target is with Green and Grow, and even we are planning to extend our services further to neighboring countries as well, along with our contacts. So I would like to invite you all to ask any questions or anything that you may want to know, you may interested. Yeah?
Any questions, like if you want to ask about Sri Lanka and anything, please.
What would be the minimum investment criteria, either in terms of dollars? So, is there any slabs for that minimum investment?
No, actually, yeah, for BOI, there's a minimum investment of Yeah, for BOI companies, normally we encourage most of the foreign investors to invest through BOI, Board of Directors, Board of Investment, sorry. So through that, but for that minimum investment is US dollars 500,000. So that's the minimum deposit or the minimum investment investor could do. Other than that, like you know, we have reliable sources that we can give our guarantee and all that. So whoever willing to like join at a partner or partial investment, along with that, we can give our personal guarantee through our company for those who are willing to invest in a small portion, or you may willing to try out, like you know. So how, like maybe you may want to invest in a bigger way, but initially you may think that okay, we will try with a small amount or something. So at that time, that's why we are Green and Grow, we are here. So for you all to give the recommendation and need the all other services through us.
Yeah, I have a question here. My name is Matan. In 2021, the Sri Lanka was acquired partially by China. So the political stability was brought by China, and India was supported by the petroleum products. But after COVID, the situation changed actually here, because whenever we go to China for purchase of any product, the custom duty what we have got in 2021, that is before 2021, it's close to margin of 20% something now. But post COVID, our Prime Minister Modi ji has made a plan of Make in India, and the entire custom duty has risen up to 50 to 55% water product which you are going to take it from China. So you spoke about trade free, actually free trade. Yeah, so yes. Is that applicable for India, or it's only for UAE and European countries?
Actually, the free trade agreement is initially, done through India only, because for India only. So we even for transshipments and all that also, transshipment actually I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. Yet, you know, the transshipment even through Sri Lanka, you get the same facility.
Same facility, yes. In the sense like it will be a... It will be tax.
No, actually there are some kind of categories. Goods,
yeah,
goods.
Yeah, goods you can get. You can get it the list of
4,626, if I'm not mistaken, items are tax free through that agreement.
Exemption from the duty.
Yes.
We exported from Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Made
made, not only made, originating from Sri Lanka, only you all are entitled for that. Yeah.
Switch wheels or not?
Sorry?
Switch wheels.
Yes. Switch wheels
is like you transport to Sri Lanka and then you ship.
You mean it's kind of a transshipment, yeah? Transshipment is actually you have to do some kind of changes here. There. Immediately you bring it to Sri Lanka port and it is restricted. You cannot do that. Yes, you have to do kind of changes, yeah, as you said.
Hi, this is Gokul. Yeah. So what are the upcoming booming sectors in Sri Lanka, and what ROI we can expect from?
Yeah, at the moment I would say especially the tourism sector. That is really booming, and even a lot of projects and hotels and things are coming up, and also like new sectors towards Ayurvedic and kind of theme parks and entertaining facilities and things. Also there are vast improvement, and even whoever entering to Sri Lanka market at this moment, I would say the best investment towards tourism sector only. And other than that, the manufacturing and import export kind of things also there, but mainly the tourism is, even government is eyeing on with the crisis of dollars in Sri Lanka and even South Asian region. So we are mainly targeting the tourism sector. Yeah.
How is the education sector in your country, ma'am, right now? So the schooling.
Education, actually it is 98% people are educated, as well as we are having the largest percentage of the skilled workers. The skill means like even garment manufacturing sector or the industries or whatever. So we are having well trained, well skilled, and even the education normally, even if you take even an auto rickshaw driver, right? So you can say, we can say like the person is at least secondary education is passed. So likewise, they are the.
Whether there is any possibility of collaborating with prime institutions in your country?
You mean the education sector?
Education sector.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yeah, there are many institutes they are eyeing on Sri Lanka at the moment, and they are trying to collaborate with Sri Lanka Institute. Also, like medical sector, we have been discussing with Mr. Nalamani also, like medical sector, the medical education. The Sri Lanka, we have a small problem with medical colleges, but paramedical sector we can try at the moment, as well as the other education like degree programs and all that. Different other sectors we can, start doing it in Sri Lanka.
Okay, thank you.
Through the External Affairs Ministry, I was told Sri Lanka agriculture sector, they are trying to give the lands for a long lease.
Yes.
So I've been told that's for the tea estate as well. Yeah, and cardamom and turmeric.
Yeah.
So these are the things that if you could highlight.
Yeah, mainly the tea, rubber and coconut, tea, rubber and coconut, and also the spices. Those areas we have huge potential over there, especially tea sector. And the tea estates, even the price wise it's quite less nowadays because people are migrating and things like that also. And then the other thing, the rubber and coconut products, also we have a huge demand in throughout Sri Lanka and other countries, especially Europe and USA, UK. So those cultivation, even the government and through BOI, they are giving like free lands for the foreign investors, for them to come and do their investment, or the special proposals we must provide. So with that we can get free lands to the BOI projects or the governments.
I believe this is the first time after the crisis Sri Lankan government has come up with this giving out lands for longer lease period.
Of course, like there are so many foreign investors, they are getting like 200, 300 acres lands also. So we have, because we have half of the Sri Lanka are still not untouched lands are there. So with that you all can get a lot of opportunities where we can assist with.
If we here in India, if we want to develop a state or a union territory, what government does is they give us special economic zone where we don't have to pay taxes. They will give current for free, I mean electricity for free.
Yeah.
So do Sri Lankan government has any such offers for Indian people if we are coming to invest? Do we have any special economic zone where you don't charge tax for 5 years or 10 years like that?
No,
do you have any proposal like that?
We don't get any electricity or anything free as such, but we do get the tax-free programs, or we can have slabs like, first 6 months, let's say for example, you all will exempted with the taxes kind of things we can get, but electricity no.
Is it confined to a specific area, or it's throughout the Sri Lanka, even in the city?
No, nothing like that. Within the free trade zone, anyway you are get exempted.
It's within the
but
free trade.
Under BOI projects, you can definitely get it.
Okay, it's exempted from import and export area.
Yeah. But not for all items, like there are certain items, they are hazardous and not like
A few words about minimum wages in Sri
Lanka. As per the labor law, we have the 25,000 minimum salary we have to get for EPF and ETF. So that's the minimum wages for a normal worker. Yeah, 25,000 minimum basic salary to be paid. Yeah. Sri Lankan money, yes.
Not per month, right?
Per month, yes.
5 years back, a friend of mine was exporting food items to Sri Lanka. Basically, he was exporting rice and onions and all that. So what happened is, when he was preparing the documentation for export, next day there was a law stating that the import of rice was banned and the taxation was raised without sufficient time for the exporter. So eventually he stopped that business. So how is that scenario currently there? And it was a common issue long back.
No, still we are importing rice and essentials like spice, some chili and even like coriander and things like that, especially from India, I think Pakistan as well. So, but the crisis of, I mean, it is still there. The Sri Lanka is
the issue was it happens across in India also it happens, but they will have sufficient time to prepare for this kind of scenario. But it was like within 2 days the law was implemented, and by the time the documentation was done, he couldn't export the shipment. So how's the scenario? This was 7 years back.
The government has a long-term plan actually.
Okay,
so immediately, unless the dollar fluctuation or anything, there's no such implementation so far.
Now it's getting better.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Hi ma'am, this is Krishna. I'm running retail gold jewelry in Madurai.
Gold jewelry.
Gold jewelry.
Okay.
So how well the Sri Lankan people are using the gold? Is there any opportunity? How much percentage of the usage in gold in Sri Lanka?
No, actually gold there's a high demand, only thing is the price. It's really high even for us, quite unaffordable. Like, the price is really high, the gold. I think the per sovereign, it is Sri Lankan money, 198,000 per sovereign, like without the coins or something you call it. So that, but still you have chances, like, many, especially the Tamil traders are there in there's one particular area in Sri Lanka called Valavata, you must have heard. So there only you get many gold shops and all that. Yeah.
And also I want to ask whether they are ready to invest as a gold or for the usage, the people like Haram chain, the people started using, or only for the investment purpose they are using gold?
No, mostly the people are using gold, like, especially ladies. So just like you all wedding and things like that, also people are using gold. But for gold dealing, you need to have a special license through the trade ministry. So that is quite challenging in the sense we can do that, but there's a bit of a deposit and things like that you have to fulfill. Yeah.
Thank you.
You said tourism, whether there is a scope for medical tourism?
Of course, yes. If whoever willing to invest, even tomorrow I have a project, I can let you have it. And it is medical tourism in the sense the Ayurvedic and yoga and retreat sector. And at the moment we have, I think, wellness centers 5 or 6 in Sri Lanka throughout. Even next year, January, February, still we cannot get a room or space. So such a demand from Europe and Australia, even other part of the world we have. Okay. So even the lands, and we have authentic Ayurvedic methods, just like India, we also have Sri Lankan authentic Ayurvedic treatments. So that also there's a huge demand throughout Asia and all that, African countries also. They are eyeing for Sri Lanka for get these treatments done. So for that there's a high demand, and even immediately we can start with, if someone willing to do that, yeah.
I will try to connect a few links of the resorts, and we have doctors also here.
Yeah.
So you can connect. So it is basically this is you tell about Ayurvedic and the naturopathy, all those things.
Retreat, yoga, and Panchakarma, you must have heard kind of things. There's a huge demand from the foreigners. And in Sri Lanka, like Indian treatments, also Sri Lankan people, we have anyway hospitals, well developed hospitals throughout Sri Lanka. But this sector we have a huge demand.
Okay.
Yeah. Medical tourism, and we even planning to promote like neighboring countries, especially Maldives and all. They come to India as well, but Sri Lanka is kind of a hub. It has become for medical tourism.
So there is a very good scope for eco retreats.
Yes,
eco retreats.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
So I'm running a retail business for heavy vehicles. Trucks and lorries and buses.
Yeah.
So we deal with Ashok Leyland, Tata parts basically. So I've done a certain research on Lanka. So I know that there's a Lanka Ashok Leyland which is already operating out of there and manufacturing. How is the automotive sector for heavy vehicles there?
Actually recently they have there's a tax reduction for heavy vehicles and buses. and public transport sector, but not for the other luxury or the other moderate vehicle sector. And still the taxation is plus 200%. Yeah. So, but heavy vehicles, and because we don't have much construction at the moment in Sri Lanka. Like previously we had road construction, highway construction and all, it's got held up due to the various reasons previously happened. No? So unless it started in any moment, we will have opportunity.
There's a sparse demand in Sri Lanka, especially the automobile spare parts.
The spare parts, yes, yeah, he's talking about the vehicles, right?
We deal with spare parts.
Spare parts as well.
Maybe opportunities to export, or maybe if there's a requirement.
Yeah, that can be done actually. If you can send us what are the parts that you are dealing with, so we can look for opportunities.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right now they bought it from Gujarat.
Okay.
And Delhi, especially the Surat, Srilankan, they are purchasing the procurement of these spares and exporting to Sri Lanka. So demand is there, spare parts demand is there.
I am an architect. I have another question for you. What about the construction techniques? Because we had vernacular architecture in Lanka. What is the current trend? Where is there any opportunity for the precast technology? So you can have prefabricated structures or pre-engineered buildings. Those sectors are whether there is any opportunity?
Yeah, this is actually at the moment we have for tourism sector. Like you must be knowing the cabanas, prefabricated cabanas we used to, not mistaken, from China. I think I have seen 3-4 structures they import from China and they fix it like 25 years with warranty and all that. So same kind of thing we can go for, because bubble cabana village or things like that, we have high demand. And even there are some areas like it's the coldest weather over there, and there you cannot do permanent constructions. So due to environmental issues and all that, but this type of things we can do over there. Yeah.
What about your environmental clearance and in terms of disaster management? What is your opinion in Lanka?
Actually, the Sri Lanka anyway, as it's, the Sri Lanka anyway, we don't have such environmental issues, except now with the present, the previous constructions, we may have few issues like flooding and all in few areas, but other than that, Sri Lanka is perfectly, landscape and things like that. It's really perfect for any construction method.
Hello, this is Vignesh.
Hi.
We are into rice exports. So before 2 years, during those crisis times, we have already supplied rice through government's relief fund. So what was at those times the requirement in Sri Lanka was only about the very commercial quality rice and stuff like that. So how is the situation right now, and what is the competition over there? Are there any rice milling industries developing over there?
Yeah, rice, of course, there are 2-3 manufacturers who are monopolizing the market at the moment, and they are not, there's no newcomers far as I know in the market at the moment, but it can change in future. Yeah, immediately I cannot advise someone to go and start rice exporting to Sri Lanka. No.
So there are opportunities for premium quality rices in
of course, yeah, that is there, but in Sri Lanka itself we are growing paddy, so with that there are major 3 companies are still fighting, struggling. Yeah, they are kind of controlling the market.
What are the products that you are still importing in Sri Lanka? Like other than food products, what are the products that
we have the gum. We have
the gum. Having an opportunity to manufacture it over there. Some products you will be importing.
Yeah.
What are those products? List of products, something like that.
Yeah, the products, of course, we have the garments. We can do Sri Lanka, and even logistic and especially the service-oriented things also you can start over there. And other than that, you know, especially the food items, and there are many new things come up in the market with this after the pandemic and all. So we can search through, yeah.
My advice to as an Indian businessman, we cannot rely on selling our product in Sri Lankan market. Rather, we can use that market as a platform to have a manufacturing unit or something like that with the skilled labor, and then we can export it from Sri Lanka to the elsewhere around the world. As an Indian businessman, we only have to look for such opportunities. Rather than we selling it over there, that's not advisable, because they have come out of the crisis. So they have opened up the market with tax-free. So rather than we exporting from India, we can have a manufacturing unit in Sri Lanka with the skilled labor employed in our business, and then we can make use of the less tariff. For example, the tariffs have been hiked from American market. We would rather make use of Sri Lankan soil for us to have a platform where we can have a manufacturing unit. Things that can be encourageable. We, as an Indian, that's the only opportunities I would advise to look forward for it. Am I right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We can enter the international market through Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
We can able to
especially you can utilize the free trade agreement in Sri Lanka. So whatever we are manufacturing in Sri Lanka, most of the things are tax free. There are 48 countries you can export.
So even for the medical tourism, there are foreigners coming over as a tourist. So we can make use of establishing an hospital, or they are for surgery, so they can make use of their travel, and then we can set up a hospital, or from our skilled doctors from India, they can travel over there and make a perform an operation or something like that. We can make use of such opportunities.
Medical tourism as well as wellness.
Yeah.
As you said, there are already established hospitals there.
Yeah, there are few hospitals, those are leading the market, but yet there are opportunities. Yeah, even even I have been discussing with Mr. Nalamani also. There's a hospital, there's a high demand, high time to start that hospital.
How good is it to have a clinic there or something to start off?
Yeah, if you have, as you said, as you explained me, no, so you have some specific area that you are targeting. So for that, I have not heard about it in Sri Lanka. So definitely we will have a market over there. Yeah. We can tie up with, I don't know how the requirement within the hospitals, we have to find it out, but we can tie up with a local hospital, major hospital chain or something. Yeah, yeah.
I heard the recent government is in favor of Indian interference in trade, and rather than they have made it with the Chinese. So that's the...
Yeah, that is 100% true, because the thing is, like, most of the Chinese projects are held up in the middle, like, you know. So that is one of the biggest challenge we have with the environmental issues and all that. So just to avoid that, and even your Prime Minister is still in Sri Lanka, so he's with a major crowd of investors. I think I heard that the 50 odd top level investors are in Sri Lanka at the moment. So that is what they are planning to do. Yeah.
When your Honorable Minister of External Affairs from Sri Lanka was here, I have been told that they have been planning up a big project connecting Cochin via road to Sri Lanka. They have a major plan, like a channel tunnel from Paris to France to UK. So
yeah, that is still on discussion, I suppose, and any moment it can be implemented, like, you know, with the investment of some of the country, probably from India. Hope your Prime Minister will promise to donate something for that.
That's the case, Rameshwaram to much shorter distance, right?
Yeah, of course, yes. Very, very near.
Also know about the subcontinent.
This is very good.
Yes.
And it will go through Madurai.
Yes. To Ramnad and
Ramnad here and then Cochin.
What's the bank interest rate?
Bank interest deposit.
He has a lot of cash though.
borrowing, I'm asking about borrowing. What type of mortgage do you accept in your banks?
Actually, at the moment, bank sector like loans and things, it's not that okay. Somewhat I can say, but deposits and things, we have a high rate of deposit interest. Yet for loans, lease and things, we don't entertain in Sri Lanka still. Maybe end of this year also it may change, but at this present, yeah.
We're talking about tourism industry is booming.
Yeah.
We say tourism, the immediate investment that we're looking at is hotels or Airbnb.
Yeah, there are plenty of hotels and even in high touristic areas. So plenty of hotels you can take over even on long lease or the outright or anything.
Is there any other channels that we're missing out other than hotels? Are there any other channels that we're missing out?
No, there are the tourism development areas. No, you can start thinking of new project or something. I mean, tourist-related thing that we can propose to the government or the BOI to have the approval for that. If you have any.
One other thing, the request from maybe this meeting would have been even more effective if you kind of hosted as a forum. And maybe
of course, definitely we.
Projects to us, like people would have been there, like take the decision.
No, actually, we will pass a link, like it's a Google link, which you can fill up. I mean, whatever with your interest, like your ideas and things in the sector. What are the sectors you are working on, and the interested sector. So along with that, we will summarize it, and we are going to give a proposal to Tourist Board and BOI projects as well as the Trade Minister. What are the, who are the investors willing to come to Sri Lanka? Along with that, definitely we will have a chance with that. Yeah.
One easy meeting in Sri Lanka.
Way to get out of home.
Oh yeah, apart from that you can come and enjoy, you have all the facilities and the things. No, because most of the things are free than Bangkok, yeah, of course you can go even.
Now the energy is up, I think.
You said about textile business, right?
Yeah.
There are a few companies lying idle without
Yes. It's one of the BOI company, a major scale, and they are actually the foreigners. They left over previously during the pandemic in Sri Lanka.
So there are 6 units which we can take
of
over.
Course,
also.
of course, already done 600 odd machineries and all that. Yeah.
I spoke with a few Telugu chapter my friends. Rather than you exporting from here, the tariff duty is much more cheaper. The US market, I think they have higher tariffs.
And
the Sri Lankan comparatively, if you do a comparative study, we can travel over there and see a comparative study of what collaborative measures we can make with the existing Sri Lankan market.
Even like fabric, what do you call it, sublimation papers, I don't know. So that also, there's a high demand. There's a period in middle of the, I think this is the month of May, June, July, during that time. You cannot find even a single paper in Sri Lanka. So such a demand, and there's no storage facility for that paper at the moment in Sri Lanka. So that's the whole reason. They just bring it and sell out. Other than that, they don't storage it. So with that, if someone interested, they have a huge market for that. We can connect with some of the no, that is sublimation papers, yeah. Even the materials like fabrics, no, that also fabric and related accessories.
Do you have any online portal where we can see such things, or who's the licensor? We'll be contacting you or some licensor?
No, we can direct you through your, yeah, because we are planning to send you all a link that where you can fill up with your details and your requirements or the interest. So with that we will summarize and we will divert it to a relevant people or the factories or whatever.
I will send the soft copy of the guide, investment guide, which are the segments available. Send to Challa sir and we'll share.
We will share it. Super, thank you.
Thank you. I request Chella and Ram to honor the chief guest. I also call Shaner Lal to join us.
Come here.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor. Thank you.
I call upon Jenny to give the vote of thanks.
As the formal vote of thanks follow, I would like to give a vote of thanks on a lighter note. As always, the ritual of YI Madurai. This meeting kind of, to sum it up, I would say it was the more beneficial to Dr. Kunal. I think medical tourism was most talked about here, and it's very happy for us to come all together. Make sure you get some investment to Sri Lanka. No? And with that said, and I would like to add upon saying that it's been like really long. We kind of got so much of members coming to the learning hour entrepreneur session, and you guys made this possible, and thanks to the members for being here and I think that is kind of like directly proportional to the investment you'll be getting from YI Madurai. So looking forward to have a session there. Thank you.
So on behalf of YI Madurai, it's immense gratitude to you, for both of you. We are incredibly thanks to Anna, who deeply insight on your help to wide range of possibilities from the investment opportunity, tourism, culture exchange, and a dynamic scope of trade and logistics through Sri Lanka. So that makes that infrastructure development, highlighting how Madurai can be a part of keying in this Sri Lankan journey. So we are looking forward to that. And then the spark from Vinayak sir, thank you so much for your insight and the comfort and the confidence about Sri Lanka in our hearts. And you remind Sri Lanka as not as a neighboring country, and it's our brotherhood. So your words are so stable about that political climate, which is so stable right now. So those makes sense to renown the trust and the interest towards Sri Lanka. So together, you both of us made could able to make us to not only for seeing the possibility, we can share our future as well. So thank you so much, and thanks for the YI Madurai chair and co-chair and our vibrant YI members. Thank you.
One other addition, I think Nalamuni, and it kind of looked like he's the country representative for Sri Lanka, the way like he put up points. I kind of missed that in the lighter note, and there is also a request from YI Madurai if you could have him on board. Thank you.
Actually, I would like to invite you all to let us know what are the, because we also from our side, we will pass through what are the opportunities in future whenever whenever we received. So also we are doing studies and frequently, so we will pass through the opportunities when for you all to think of, like, you know, maybe out of the box, whatever you all are doing at present, you may have excessive money or something that you may think that you can diversify. So yeah, and lastly, I would invite all of you to come and experience Sri Lanka, because the picture you are having in mind will totally change if you step into Sri Lanka. You know, those who went to Sri Lanka, they know how Sri Lanka is at present. And so yeah, I would like to invite all of you to come and let us know whenever you all are planning to come. Also, we will, near future, we will organize some forum to meet the authorities and all that. So definitely we all invite you. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. You are free to network with her. Any doubts you can personally ask. Madam.